I refused to pay for a better casket. I told the funeral director, the cheapest pine box you have. That's what he can afford. It sounds cruel, I know, but you have to understand, I'm a forensic accountant. My entire life is built on precision, discipline, and wealth management. My father was the opposite. For the last 20 years, he was a financial black hole. He made decent money at the factory, but we lived like we were destitute. I grew up resenting him. I wore second-hand clothes while he claimed he was tight on cash. When I got accepted to a prestigious business school, he told me he couldn't help me with a single dime of tuition. I had to take out massive loans. I worked 3 jobs. I pulled myself up by my bootstraps, and I became a millionaire by 30. I looked at my dad as a cautionary tale of how not to live. I thought he gambled. I thought he drank. I stopped visiting because looking at him just made me angry. When he died last week, I went to his house to settle the estate. I expected to find debts. I expected to find credit card bills for nonsense. Instead, I found a single, worn-out ledger in his nightstand. It wasn't gambling debts. It was a record of monthly payments to a law firm I recognize. The payment started exactly 22 years ago, the summer after my high school graduation. The total sum was nearly $500,000. I called the firm. I used my credentials to demand an explanation. The senior partner got on the line. He went quiet when I told him who I was. Your father wasn't in legal trouble, the lawyer said. You are. I froze. He asked me if I remembered the accident during my senior year, the night I borrowed a friend's car, uninsured, and swerved into a parked construction vehicle to avoid a cat. I had panicked and fled the scene. I was a scared kid. I told my dad, and he told me he handled it, and that the police never found a suspect. I thought I got away with it. I thought I was lucky. The lawyer told me the construction company did find me. They had me on camera. They were going to press felony charges for a hit and run and property damage. It would have meant jail time. It would have meant no business school. It would have meant a criminal record that would have barred me from ever getting a finance license. My dad made a deal. He agreed to pay for the damage, the legal fees, and the lost time for the construction crew, plus interest, if they signed a non-disclosure agreement and dropped the charges. He didn't just handle it. He signed away his financial freedom for 2 decades so I could have a future. I stood there in that empty, run-down house, wearing my $3,000 suit, realizing that every cent I own, every success I have, I only have it because he was willing to be broke. I called the funeral director back. I told him to burn the pine box. I bought him the mahogany one. It was the least I could do.